Get lager. Hey, it's Brainmuffin with a beer review today. Thanks to Nik Uttam of World Class Bullshitters, who gave me a bunch of beers from Georgia to try. This is from Alpharetta, Georgia, inspired by Jekyll Island, Georgia. Jekyll Brewing Company, lager. It's just plain old lager, beer like it ought to be. So I'm suspecting this is kind of a Pilsner-ish beer without calling it a Pilsner, so I'm expecting a golden lager with mild flavor, mild hop aroma. So what does this say? 16 IBU, 4.6, and it better be refreshing. And look at that, nice golden color. Nice artificial carbonation. Yep, Germanish, generic lager. This is when you think of beer, just general beer. A little cloudy for the style. It's the right color, it's kind of a pale, but it is quite cloudy. Now I did rinse this glass out before I used it, so that's not bad. It's kind of noble hop characteristics, kind of spicy hop. I suspect Says. I bet you they don't tell me. Nope. There's hints of malt sweetness about mid-mouth and back. The finish is a little on the sweet side. Very mild, almost no discernible bitterness. I mean, very, very little. This has been sitting out a while because I was doing other beer reviews and then I got on to something else and forgot about it. So, this is a beer that if you like that crap that the mega brewers use, like say if you like Miller Lite, you actually might like this. A little bit more flavor. And this is not at that really cold temperature that those beers are served at, because they basically they numb your tongue so you don't realize how horrible they are. This one's closer to 40 degrees, which is more proper lager / Pilsner serving temperatures. And this is still quite good. So 16 IBUs, I think. 16 IBUs. It's just a tiny, tiny bit, but it's more sweet on the back end. That is a nice summer lawnmower beer to have. Just kick back, you know, crush the cans on your forehead, all that kind of crap, but actually drink a real beer. That is quite good for what it is. So I'm going to check into that. I'm giving that a 4. You could use a little bit more hop aroma on there and a hop flavor. Obviously no more hop bitterness because there's not enough malt backbone to take the hop bitterness. And it could also stand to not be so cloudy. Some people are going to be turned off by that cloudiness. So this is the Jungle Jim's 2010 International Beer Fest mug. This was the official tasting mug, and that was the fill line. And I don't remember how many people actually filled to that point. I had to slow people down. I'm like, stop. I want to try a lot of stuff here. I don't want to be off my butt. That's quite good. It's a nice kind of creaminess. Nice, decent mouthfeel. It's quite refreshing. The malt sweetness kind of lingers. There's no real bitterness on the back end. Very smooth, very easy to drink, very unassuming beer. This would be a decent starter beer for someone kind of just putting their big toe into the beer. But this would be a beer that if you wanted any real bold flavors, you were going to quickly go right past this. But if you're you know, used to that mass brewed garbage, this will help get you off that. It'll help wean you off because you're probably afraid of hops anyway. So. But it could deal with a little bit more noble hop characteristics. Not a whole lot, just a little bit more. Crank it up to a little bit. Crank it up to 7 from a 6. But that's pretty good. As far as pairing this with, it'll pair with probably anything. This on draft is probably fantastic. It's probably a 5 on draft. Or at least a 4.5. But this is definitely just a beer you're just going to have when you're just out with your buds. And no matter what you're drinking. You know, I actually get... This is going to sound very strange, especially coming from me. You could do grilled steak and meats and all that kind of stuff. chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes, dark gravy, so kind of like a brown gravy. I'm trying to think peas or snap beans. Snap beans cooked with bacon. And we'll go ahead and put some of that gravy over the country fried steak, chicken fried steak. That's what I would have with this. I mean, that's like a stereotypical meal from Cracker Barrel, and I can't eat that stuff anymore. That's why I said, coming from me, it's going to sound very strange, breaded and all this other stuff, but that's exactly what I would eat with it. Ugh, you could do roasted carrots too, with it, with country fried steak. Or chicken fried steak. For you northerners who don't know what that means, it's basically a steak that's breaded and then fried. Like it's like chicken battered and fried, but it's steak battered and fried. Good stuff. Very nice. So, gave it a solid 4. Definitely like to try this on draft, and definitely have, I can't eat hot dogs, but I could do some kind of, well, unless they're natural hot dogs with no nitrates in them. So there you go. Thank you very much, Nick, for sharing this beer with me, allowing me a time to review it. And thank you very much, Jekyll Brewing, down in Alpharetta, I'm not sure which, Georgia. Please correct me on my pronunciation in the comments below. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for retweeting, and we will see you next time. Goodbye. Oh. It's got a thing over the can, so they can just use generic silver cans. Oh, we're rolling. Sorry. We already did the introduction. You know, that's probably sacrilegious. Both parties. Scan it. It's a lager. Over there it's going wah, wah, wah. Not doing much, is it? It's a sparkle leaf. It's all a sparkle leaf. It's spaghetti, Daddy. It's spaghetti. Welche Seite? All right, quiet. Marker.